So today we're going to be looking at Iron Man Mark IV by S.H.Figuarts, the 15th anniversary version. So sliding the box out of the sleeve, this is the front of the sleeve. This is the left side. This is the right side. And here's the back. Now putting that aside and looking at the box, here's the front of the box. Here's the left side. Here's the right side. Here's the top. And the bottom is just the same as the top. Here's the back. Bottom. Now, looking at what we get inside, we get the figure and a ton of accessories. And a stand. Now, mind you, it only looks like this, the bag, because I've had this for a while and I've already opened it, but for the sake of the review I packed it up again. Now here's the stand it comes with. Pretty nice, honestly. And again, instructions that nobody needs, so tossing that. Now looking at the figure itself and the accessories, we're gonna open this up and put this aside. Now we're gonna look at the figure first, and we're going to put the accessories aside for now. Now, there's really nothing much I can say, but the paint job being beautiful and the sculpts looking like it came directly out of the movie. And I do have to say that by far, this is my favorite Iron Man released by S.H.Figuarts. That and the Mark VI, which I do not own but will soon. But moving on to the articulation. The arms go about that high. And they do go down as to avoid any paint scratches. And the elbows are double jointed. Now moving on to the legs, they also go up and down to avoid paint scratches. And up, the leg movement is about that high. Now down, the leg movement goes significantly higher. Now moving on to the knees, they are double jointed. And of course, you got your standard toe articulation. And it does go down, but honestly, on an Iron Man figure, that just looks weird. And, well, weird. But, moving on. There are a lot of pieces on this figure that move around like this, due to the armor, you know, and liftoff scenes. But, yeah. Now, these pieces come off to expose some of the engineering in the suit, and they are kind of a pain to put back in, but don't worry, you'll get used to it. Okay, now moving on to the traps. In this section, these also come off to show more engineering, but they also come with these separate accessories in case you want to put these in instead, and these are a little more flared out, so you can still have them in, but while showing the engineering at the same time. And believe me, these are also kind of a pain to put in, but yeah. Now let me take this one off so I can put the other one in, and you can see how they both look on the figure. Now these are a pain to put in, but don't worry, I got used to them, you will too. Now, if you do get this figure, I would like to tell you guys that if you move the neck too much or the shoulders too much, these pieces will pop off. And make sure to be on the lookout for when you're posing this figure, because these pieces might fall out and you might not notice. And they look big, but they're pretty easy to lose, at least for me. Anyways, this is how it looks with both of them in. Now, moving on, we can look at all the accessories. Now, he does come with 4 jet effects, 2 blasting effects, 2 flared out calf pieces, and 3 left hands and 3 right hands. He does come with the iconic donuts and a neck peg for both of the Tony Stark head sculpts. And now I'm gonna demonstrate how to take off the neck peg on the figure and put the Tony Stark neck peg on. Now let me take out the Tony Stark neck peg. And putting the figures aside, let's take out the Tony Stark heads. Okay, so generally you would think that they gave you 2 Tony Stark head sculpts, but it's 1 faceplate and 1 head sculpt. So now taking them out of the box, what you want to do is you want to ply both of these apart and switch out the faceplate. And there you go. Now, talking about the paint job, it is incredible, it is impeccable. I honestly feel like they look really close to Robert Downey Jr. And, well, I just love the one with the sunglasses. It's my favorite out of the 2, only because of the iconic donut scene. But moving on to this. Now, I suggest taking these 2 out first, because they'll pop out anyway, so you don't want to lose them. Now you just want to pull this off and put this in, but make sure it's facing the right way. So here, I'll demonstrate. Make sure it's facing like this, more neck exposed in the front, less in the back, because if you put it on the wrong way, you're just gonna break it. So putting that on, it should snap right on. And then, there you go. As easy as that. And we're done. Now you just want to pop these back on. And there you go. Here he is with his iconic donuts and the sunglasses. Moving on, now I'm going to show you how the jet effects and the blast effects look on the figure. Now, when taking the hands off, be careful, because these do pop off and they do fall apart. There are 2 pieces, but they need to. And don't worry, if they do fall apart, they're not broken. They were intended to be that way. Just pop them back together. So, moving on, setting these things here, moving them forward a little bit so you can see. Now, I'm gonna take the rest of the hands out, which is honestly so tedious, I swear. Finally took it out, I'll see you guys when I get the rest. Now that I've finally got the rest, now I'm gonna show you how the jet effects and the blasting effects look on the figure. Now, taking these out, you want to grab, which hand is it? Is it this hand? No, it's not. Oh, it's this one. Okay, so grabbing the hand that has a peg on it, you want to insert the peg into the jet effects or the blasting effects. Now, I honestly like to insert them before I put them into the figure. I find it to be a lot easier, for me at least, because when I put the hands on the figure first, I feel like I'm gonna break the peg, but this way I don't, because they are a little hard to put in, so be cautious of that. Anyways, after you put the hand in, you want to put this little piece in, and this is why they are 2 pieces, because it needs to bend this way. Now I'm gonna do the other hand. Just put that in real quick, and alright, there we go. Okay, and there we go. Alright, these are the jet effects. And see what I mean? You move the shoulders too much and these things pop out and the wrong way. And they're, again, a pain to put in. Oh, easy. Alright, these are the jet effects. Now we're going to put them into the feet. And that's how it should look. And there you go. Now moving on to the hands. These are the fists. These are the palm sides of the fists. And these are the back of the open hands. here's the front of the saluting hands, and here's the front. Now, moving on to our final accessory, there are these little armor pieces for the back of the calves, and similar to the ones that were on the traps, the piece between the neck and the shoulder, these are also flared out, and I'll show you what I mean. So, the ones that come on the figure close everything. They don't show any of the engineering behind, and I think this is the wrong side. Yeah, this is the wrong side. No use trying to force it. Anyways, these, on the contrary, are flared out, and once they're in place, they show some of the engineering. It's typically used for lift-off scenes or when he's taking off the armor. So, here you go. Much like the ones on the traps and the ones down by the ankle. But taking that off and putting this final piece back in, that finally concludes our review. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe. You can always change your mind later. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram, link in bio. And I hope you have a good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Later.